Hi y'all, Tracey, Trials of a Long-Haired Girl here, coming at you with another Food for Thought Friday. This week, since I'm really trying to get back to what I had written down, so what was actually supposed to have been a couple weeks ago is sharing a little story about the fact that one of the ladies in our church, she was actually our first lady, she used to call me Little Linda. For those of you who have seen pictures of my mom, who may know me in real life, you know that I do look very much like my mom. And I would walk into church and Sister Gilbert would say, "Well, there's little Linda." And I would get so aggravated, I'm telling you, it just made me so doggone mad. Because I thought, I'm not my mama, I am me. But then I was reminded when one of the men in the church was speaking a few weeks back, and he said, he referenced the fact that his son looks like him. But what he said was, that while his son may look like him, he doesn't act like him. And, at his son's age, his life was in a different place than his son's is now. But I was reminded that's, it's very much how we see things. Like, even twins can be completely different personality-wise. But one of the things that was said at a women's conference several years ago was that even if somebody has the same background as you, has similar attributes as you, that while they may be able to step in your shoes and do a certain thing that maybe you were doing but are not for whatever reason, that person can't do things exactly like you, because God made us each unique. He made us each different. We're not all the same. And while we may look like somebody, or somebody may look like us, or in a situation where you may have a twin, I don't, but if you do, your personalities may not be the same. Identical twins that I know personally are not exactly the same. They may have similarities in appearance or in attitude or certain attributes, but they're different. They don't do everything exactly the same. And to that end, I know this is gonna maybe not make a whole lot of sense. I actually put down the same psalm, but I put it down in the NLT, the King James Version, and the Amplified Version, because they all say it slightly differently, but I think they all are fitting. The King James Version says, "For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well." The NLT says, you made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. The Amplified Version says it this way. For you formed my innermost parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I will give thanks and praise to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it well. And while they all say the same thing, they say it all slightly differently. But the fact of the matter is that God made us all to be different and unique, and we're not exactly the same. And while there are many attributes that I share with my mama, and things that I can see now are more like her than sometimes I would like, and other things are not so much like her in certain regards. I wish that there were some things that I was more like her. My mom was, in many ways, in my mind, she was fearless. She tackled projects that I would not have done. And now I'm feeling a little bit braver in how I go about things and how I handle things. And, it's funny to me, I can look at it now and say, like, even in my cooking, there was a time that I would not cook it if I didn't have a recipe, if I couldn't see it exactly. But now that's changed. I use a recipe as a guide. Anyway, that's all. My battery's going dead. I love you guys. Be blessed.